It was a chilly October evening when Emma decided to call an Uber. She had been at a work event that ran late, and now the city streets seemed eerily deserted. The dim streetlights flickered as she huddled on the sidewalk, her breath forming ghostly clouds in the cool air. As she waited, her phone buzzed with a notification. "Your ride is here," it said. Emma looked around and saw a sleek black SUV pull up beside her. The driver's side window rolled down, revealing a man with an unsettlingly calm expression. His eyes, though, seemed a bit too intense, almost like they were scrutinizing her very soul. "Emma?" he asked, his voice smooth but strangely hollow. "Yeah, that's me," she replied, slipping into the back seat. The interior was dimly lit, with dark leather seats and a faint, musty smell that Emma couldn't quite place. The driver didn't say a word as he started the engine, the vehicle's low rumble filling the silence. As they drove through the deserted streets, Emma noticed that the city lights seemed to dim and flicker more frequently. The driver's focus remained on the road, his hands gripping the wheel with unnerving precision. Emma tried to make small talk to break the growing tension, but the driver's responses were brief and unnervingly detached. Then, just as she was about to settle into an uneasy silence, the car took a turn onto a narrow, unlit road that she didn't recognize. Emma's heart started to race. "I think you missed my turn," she said, her voice betraying her unease. The driver's eyes met hers through the rearview mirror, and for the first time Emma saw a flicker of something unsettling, an empty, hollow gaze that seemed to pierce through her. "You're in the right place," he said softly. "We're almost there." The road became increasingly winding and overgrown. The trees seemed to close in on them, their branches clawing at the sides of the vehicle. The air grew colder, and the car's interior light flickered erratically. Emma's anxiety grew with every mile. Finally, the car stopped. The driver turned to her with that same unsettling calm. "We're here." Emma looked out the window and gasped. They were parked at the edge of an old, dilapidated cemetery. The moon cast a ghostly glow over the gravestones, and the wind howled through the trees. The thought of getting out of the car filled her with dread. "What is this?" she asked, her voice trembling. The driver's expression didn't change. "Just a small detour," he said. "There's no charge." Before Emma could respond, he shifted the car into reverse and sped away, disappearing into the darkness. Emma sat there, frozen, her heart pounding in her chest. She quickly realized she was alone in the cemetery, the cold wind sending shivers down her spine. She fumbled for her phone, but it was dead. The silence was broken only by the distant howling wind and the occasional creak of the old tombstones. Emma gathered her courage and began to walk toward the entrance of the cemetery, hoping to find a way back to civilization. As she reached the gate, she glanced back one last time and saw the black SUV parked at the far end of the cemetery, its headlights off, but the vehicle unmistakably still there, as if waiting for her. She quickened her pace, the sound of her footsteps echoing eerily through the night. By the time she reached the main road, she saw another Uber approaching. With a sigh of relief, she climbed in and gave the driver her address. She never spoke of the eerie experience to anyone, but she often wondered about that unsettling gaze in the rearview mirror and the unnerving calm of her strange driver. Every October since, she avoids Uber rides after dark, just in case the shadows from that night decide to return.